Real talk, real life. Every victory, every fight. No pretending, no disguise. We're growing stronger side by side.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with Elaine. To all my unstoppable OGs, you already know how we're going to do it over here and how we keep it completely real. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you came today. I want you to pull up a chair, get comfortable, and join the conversation, because over here we talk about the whole journey. And y'all know what the whole journey is. It's not just about weight loss. It's not just about GLP-1s, whichever one that you're on, whether you're on tirzepatide, semaglutide, Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, my Zepbounders. I know y'all in the house today. But no, it's not just about what the scale says as well. We talk about our physical health, our mental health, and how our confidence, yes, our confidence and our struggles and everything that comes in between this journey affects us. So, baby, let me tell you, this week I have a lot to talk about. So much has happened this week. First of all, let me give you my update, especially for my new people. And those of you who already know the story, you can fast forward a little bit. I have been on this Mounjaro journey since March of 2024. I started out at 300 pounds, 300 pounds. And now my lowest weight that I've accomplished on this journey is 181 pounds. So I went from size 22, 24, and now I am in a size 10 and some 12s, because you know how these stores be doing. They be shaking us up a little bit with these sizes. My journey began with 5 milligrams of Mounjaro, and I have titrated all the way up to 15. I've essentially been on every strength there is. So here recently, I have been dealing with some of my struggles again, where I have the scale has slowed down completely for me and actually moving in the opposite direction. That's fine. We've been here before, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm not wearing it today, but got the t-shirt. And so, hey, we know how to get through these moments. So I talked to my doctor, and just I want to make sure I share with everyone, I am only sharing my personal experience. I'm not recommending that anybody change how they take their medication, or any changes that you want to do. I do highly recommend that you speak with your doctor first, okay? Because I'm not a doctor by any shape or form. But I do want to let you know, I did speak with my physician during my last visit, and I talked to her about some things that I had been hearing about, kind of split dosing, as I'm moving closer and closer into maintenance, because I want to be able to maintain at the current weight either that I am, or my new goal honestly is to try to get between 165 and 170. So I'm working real hard to try to get there. But one of the things I wanted to do, because I noticed that sometimes I do hear food noise. And if you've been around in this circle for a while, you know what food noise is. And I've been having a little bit of food noise the closer I get to my injection date. And so the date that I take my medication is on Wednesday. So I talked to my doctor, and we decided to pushed me to 7.5, and we would try it twice a week. I said, okay, so let's try that. So she ordered me 7.5s. Y'all, let me tell y'all about my 7.5 issue. I picked up my medication about a week and a half ago. And I put it in. I have a refrigerator that I just store, my medication in, so it doesn't get confused with the rest of the refrigerator. So with the large refrigerator, rather. So I had my 7.5 dose I put in, and I just didn't pay any attention. I threw it in the refrigerator. I threw it towards the back and didn't realize that I had pushed it all the way to the back of the refrigerator. Well, when I go to take out my box of 7.5 on a Wednesday, my medication was frozen. Yes, frozen. First time it's ever happened to me. And I looked because I saw it was white. I don't know if this ever happened to anyone else. Happened to me. My medication was frozen. So I get 3 boxes at a time because my insurance requires me to get a 90-day supply. So when I opened up and I looked, I pulled all the boxes open and I looked at them. All of them were frozen, with the exception of the 2 pins to the front of the box, right? So the 2 pins that were farthest from the back of the refrigerator in the box, they still had liquid format. The two behind it were frozen. So I checked all the boxes, and sure enough, it was the same on all 3 boxes. There were 2 pins in each box that were frozen, and they were the ones that were closest to the back of the refrigerator. Hmm. I freaked out. I honestly freaked out. Called my bestie in this GLP-1 world, Alonda, and she's in Texas, and so I figured she's an hour behind me. I take my shot right before I go to bed on Wednesday night, and I called her. She didn't answer. I text her, and she was like, "Oh, I just got up to go to the restroom." And she said, "I saw your message." She's like, "Don't take the frozen pin. Don't throw it out and take it." Because surely I left them out and they were thawing in matters of minutes. So she said, "No, you cannot take the frozen one." So anyway, she sent me something that she found on Chat GPT, and it thoroughly warns us, do not take it. Because I figured, yeah, they probably just saying that. But it's true. You should not take anything, any of them, the pens that have frozen. So essentially, I lost 6 pins. You all know this is like liquid gold for us, right? So I do know that I can call Eli Lilly, and I am going to attempt to do that this week and see if I can ship the pins back to them that were frozen, and let them know what happened and see if they would replenish my medication, because it kind of messes up everything. Maybe. So anyway, now that you know my goof up for the week, um, I'll share some other things with you. So basically, I did take one of the 7.5s that was not. So I have 6 7.5s. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have 6 7.5s that did not get ruined, and I have 6 that did. So what I decided to do is I'm going to take the ones that did not get ruined. I separated those out so that I would not be confused, and then I marked the boxes with the lot numbers on there that say that these were the frozen ones. So I did take my injection of 7.5 on Wednesday, and I felt kind of good. I was like, "Oh wow, this is good." So, I think it was around Friday. I typically take my blood sugar. I don't do it every day like I probably should, but I did it on Friday, and I realized that my blood sugar level was rather low. And the medication does drop your blood sugar level. And if you already are a diabetic, you don't want to end up like I did before, where I was hypoglycemic. So I am very cautious of that now. So I checked it, and it was pretty low. I began to, I checked to say, okay, I hadn't eaten breakfast. So I ate some breakfast, and over the next couple of hours, it did raise back up. So I do want to continue to watch that, because I'm really thinking that I probably need to stay at, instead of doing the 2 7.5s, I think I'm going to talk back with my doctor and say, look, because I did call my doctor's office to make her aware that my sugar had dropped. So I think I'm going to be going back in there in the next week or two, and I think she's going to consider continuing the split dosing, but we're going to probably do it with the 5 milligram instead of the 10. So we'll have to order those and try it again. Certainly, I will not be putting it in the back of the refrigerator. And I hear it's even on Eli Lilly's box, and I missed that completely. I knew you couldn't freeze them though, so I knew that much, but I didn't realize they even warned not to push it towards the back. So if you have your medication in the refrigerator and it is towards the back, sometimes, especially if you have a special medication refrigerator like I do, um, just make sure that you watch that and you don't allow that to happen. All right, all right. So moving on, that got my attention. So um, again, I am going to try to talk to my doctor and see if we can make some other adjustments. Now, I do want to let you all know that I'm going to now move back into strength training. So many of you who have been following me know that I've been on a journey to wellness since April because I got sick and was in the hospital. As I just mentioned, I did have a bout of hypoglycemia as well as neuropathy, and some other conditions that just came out of this. And I was really sick. I do not blame the medication. I don't feel that it was that. It was some other things I was dealing with, my personal health issues. And so I have still been in physical therapy, and I still do the water therapy right now, aquatic therapy, as they call it. And now they are getting ready to try to see if they can put me on land to work on strengthening my lower extremities. But for now, I am going to be lifting my 10-pound weights, which I did start already, and I'm feeling good. Look, I get a lot of workout in the pool and so this is a lot of muscle up here. Of course, I'm still dealing with the wings down there, but I am feeling myself getting stronger and stronger. So I'm going to slowly incorporate this strength training back into my daily routine. And again, I'm going to use the 10 pounds that to start off with. So I would like to get back in the gym. That's what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm released to do that, I will start trying to work on strengthening my legs. And as most of you know, I have no feeling on both feet and toes 2, 3, and 4. So that is really different, trying to see how to work out. Even walking is very difficult with it. So I'm going to try to work on that. I have to stop saying try. I'm going to work on that as I get a chance to get back in the gym and start trying to get my legs stronger and stronger for this journey. Now I'm not running an Olympics or anything, so y'all don't have to worry about that. I will be, I will be just staying, progressively moving myself up through this process. What else has gone on this week? So I had a chance, and I always liked it because there's so many content creators out here that I just absolutely love to watch, and I understand their journey. And one of them is Sweet Tea from the Turtle Diaries, and so she consistently talks about how her journey has been slow, but she has made some wonderful accomplishments here recently. She moved into doing the 75 hard challenge. And I've heard lots of content creators talk about the 75 hard challenge. And certainly I never even considered it, honestly. And so she's doing the 75 hard, and she reassessed herself and moved to the 75 medium. And oh my God, congratulations, Sweet Tea, because she is seeing some progress, not only on the scale, but physically in her body. And I am so proud of her, because a lot of people look at us and they think that this is a very easy process, and it's not. it's really not easy at all. People are like, oh, y'all just shooting shots in y'all, and you just losing this weight, and you just having it happen fast, and this and that. And I'm like, no, this is not fast. For most of us, it's not fast at all. I know Sweet Tea and I started around the same time. So it's been over 2 years, and so this doesn't happen just overnight. It may feel like to you, to your friends or family, that it happened overnight because you may not see them as often. But this is definitely not an overnight process, and so we hope that people would understand that a little bit more and not take it like that, right? So I just thought about when I'm watching her do the 75 challenge, um, both the hard and the medium. I was like, well, maybe I can do Smedium, a mixture of both. So I am going to look that up. And I do want to look at how I can incorporate that 75 Smedium challenge into my life. So I don't believe in, it sounds like thunder out there. I don't believe in making myself um, work so hard that I'm going to hurt myself. Like I really think that we ought to listen to our bodies when we're doing this, and that's what was so great about watching T, because she definitely heard her body say, "No, no, no, we need to move it down to the medium, and let's go from there." Okay. All right. So I think about how I've watched a lot of content creators, and it's so easy to compare ourselves to other people, but it's important that we look at them for inspiration and definitely not for comparison. I mean, we do see people who bodies are similar to ours, and we're like, oh, so if I keep going, would I look like that? Or am I going, is my results going to come out in the same way? Their journey is their journey, and yours is your journey, right? So let's just try to stay on track with that a whole lot, and not, myself included, not get into a point where we want to get into some sort of comparative analysis with other people, because it just doesn't work like that. All right, so let me just finally tell you something that was kind of rewarding for me this week, because even though, we see the scale moving up in a different direction, sometimes we think about, well, sometimes a lot of people throw in the towel, honestly. Many people have done that. Oh, it's not worth it. I'm tired of trying, blah, blah, blah. That's not how I felt at all. But I was really excited because this week, I had an opportunity to get rewarded. And you know, that happened through my husband. I have a birthday coming up. I am a Virgo. And so I have a birthday coming up in September. And my husband and I went to pick up my new vehicle on Thursday evening. So I was too excited to be able to be blessed with having a new car or a new truck. And I am, I don't drive anywhere now. Even told the salesman, he was like, I don't know why I'm getting her this truck, because she's gonna stay home, and this couch right here behind me is where I stay most of the time, watching YouTube on the TV in the den. So but I'm going to make myself get up and go out and go for a drive here and there, and just enjoy the beauty of nature again. Just, riding through, seeing the trees, and, just allowing myself to just be happy with what is happening all around me. It's so many things that happen bad around us all the time, and so many things that happen in the news. We don't want to hear that anymore. So let's try to focus on what we can do to make ourselves feel better. So, with all that being said, I just want to say to you, make sure you reward yourself, because you have come a mighty long way on this journey, as I have, and do things to reward yourself so that you feel good about you. And that's what I want you to do, is tell me this week in the chat what you're going to do to reward you. What are you going to do to reward yourself for the accomplishments that you've made thus far? Your family is happy. They see it. You know, your children are happy. They see it. And you're giving them so much to thrive on and to set their own lives up for success. So let's try to do that, and let's check back in with each other real soon, right? Thank you so much. If you have not liked or subscribed to my channel, please do it today. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm getting ready to get up and get to moving. I have some weights to get to lifting today because I'm already dressed and ready to work out. So I want you to do the same thing. All right? Love you all. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye.
But the greatest transformation is learning to love ourselves.